You're walking through the quiet streets of Rome, the marbles gleaming, the air's thick with history, and somewhere in the distance, you hear the echo of marching feet. Because 2,000 years ago, this wasn't just a city, it was the heart of a military machine that conquered the known world. But here's the real question. How did Rome, a small city surrounded by enemies, build the greatest army the world had ever seen? Let's go back. Not to the emperors, not yet. Let's rewind to when Rome was just a scrappy little republic, a place where everyone from senators to farmers had one thing drilled into their heads. Rome comes first. See, the Romans weren't born conquerors. They learned the hard way. They fought neighbors, got beat down, and came back smarter. Every defeat was a lesson, and every lesson turned them into something more dangerous. They didn't just copy enemies, they absorbed them. Sword styles from the Greeks, tactics from the Etruscans, formation strategies from the Samnites. They took it all, improved it, perfected it, and then they created something terrifying, the Roman legion. Now, forget the Hollywood noise. These guys weren't just dudes with capes and sandals. They were walking war machines, trained, conditioned, disciplined to the bone. A Roman soldier could march 20 miles a day, build a camp by sundown, and then fight like a beast the next morning. No complaining, no ego, just precision. But here's what really made them dangerous: organization. The legion wasn't just a mob of guys with swords. It was broken down into centuries, cohorts, maniples, each with a leader, each knowing their exact role on the battlefield. Everyone had a job. Everyone trained for it. Now pause for a second. While most ancient armies charged in headfirst, Rome fought like a chess master, controlled, coordinated, relentless. And the training? Insane. They practiced with weapons twice as heavy as the real thing, so when battle came, they moved like lightning. But Rome didn't win with just muscle. They played the long game. Conquer a city? They'd offer citizenship, train locals in Roman tactics, send veterans to settle there. Suddenly, the conquered became Roman. This wasn't just war, it was absorption. It was empire building. And let's not forget the gear. Their armor? Not flashy, but genius. Segmented plates for flexibility, shields that interlocked in formation, pylons, those heavy javelins that bent on impact so enemies couldn't throw them back. Even their boots were engineered for warfare, spiked soles for grip, leather straps for long marches, every detail optimized. And don't even get me started on the camps. Every night, no matter where they were, legionaries built a fortified base with ditches, walls, and gates. In a few hours, every single night. It wasn't just survival, it was psychological warfare. Imagine being a barbarian warband watching the Romans set up a mini-sit just to sleep for the night. Now here's the crazy part. Rome didn't just fight wars, they designed them. They'd send scouts, spread misinformation, divide enemy alliances. By the time swords clashed, Rome already had the upper hand. And their generals? Not just warriors, but strategists. Guys like Scipio Africanus, who outmaneuvered Hannibal, or Julius Caesar, who could crush enemies and write best-selling war memoirs in the same breath. But what really made Rome's army legendary was their mindset. They believed the survival of Rome depended on their discipline, and they treated war like it was a profession. Not glory, not chaos, just methodical dominance. Of course, the empire eventually fell. Too big, too corrupt, too complex. But the legacy of that army? Still alive. Modern military tactics, ranks, even marching formations owe a debt to Rome. Because when the world was divided and chaotic, Rome built an army that brought order, stability, and yes, domination. They didn't just fight battles. They built a system that made sure they'd win them. And that's how a small city on the banks of the Tiber engineered the greatest army the world had ever seen. Still marching in our history books today. If you enjoy, kindly hit on the subscribe button and comment and wait for next.